Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to today's special webinar that we have for you, which is going to be totally about your master's in UK. Before we start with the session and get more into deep conversation about UK, we would like to brief you a little bit about Galvanize Global Education, who we are and what exactly we do, and how we have transformed so many lives of students who have been planning to pursue their higher education abroad. We would like to say that Galvanize has been helping students right from their basic step, I would say, that is with respect to test preparations for exams like GRE, IELTS, TOEFL, SAT. And not only that, we have a team of experts who have been guiding students for their bachelor's, master's, doctorate degree. And what exactly we do here is in admission counseling, we help students from, choosing the university based on their profile, their interest, a lot of other factors like, location, budget, and so many other activities. So we have been guiding students choosing the right university for their higher education. And not only that, we have been helping them with the other admission process with respect to documentations, like helping you draft the SOP, LOR, resume building, and most important, I would say, is visa part, which a lot of us are very nervous and conscious when it comes to visa. So we have been guiding students out there, and not only that, we are helping students for last-minute assistance with respect to helping you provide, the right education loan providers, courier services, foreign exchange, accommodation, SIM card, and many more such activities, which we will be talking in detail in the upcoming session out there. But one important aspect that we would really like to share that people who are actually managing or people who have started Galvanize have actually, pursued their higher education in one of the top universities like Stanford, Harvard, IIT Madras, and IIM Ahmedabad out there. And we are very happy to share that 65 plus countries have chosen Galvanize in their journey of higher education. So that can be right from the test preparations to admission counseling. And we have placed our students across 1,000 plus universities across 18 plus countries out there. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you would be seeing your dream destination out there on screen today as well. This is a very famous thread on Quora. I won't take much of the time here, but I will share these links in the chat box. And I would really request you to take a look at these links, because this is something which students have shared about their journey with Galvanize, how Galvanize has transformed their lives by helping them for pursue higher education abroad out there. And not to forget, a lot of you would be aware with the mobile applications, but if you're not, then I must say you should go and check the App Store and look for vocabulary, GRE, and SAT applications out there, because these are really amazing apps which helps you learn with ease and, in a better way, I would say. So do check out the mobile applications as well. And I will be sharing those links as well in the chat box shortly. Well, this is something special that we have for today's attendees. So today's attendees for this webinar can avail a free profile evaluation, which generally is a paid service, and it is a part of the Galvanize course out there. But for today's attendees, we will be sharing the link on screen by end of the session. So I would request you to wait patiently so that you can avail this profile evaluation. And not only that, if you enroll with Galvanize admission counseling services before 16th of July, you can avail a discount up to 10,000 out there. So you would be wondering why I'm saying this right now at the beginning of this session, but I'm pretty sure by end of this session, you will be very confident to kickstart your journey for higher education with Galvanize, of course, with the information that we will be giving you for masters in UK out there. And with that, we begin with our first poll for today's session. And we will be starting the poll now. So the poll goes, how familiar are you with the application process for universities abroad? Great, I see a mix coming in, but most of you are somewhat familiar, which could be a little bit dangerous because I'm pretty sure, every university has a different requirement and a little bit of different application process out there. And we would be really glad to help you out there. So I think by this we can end the poll right now. We have got the major of the answers out there. So a lot of you are very familiar, but most of you are a little bit dicey about the process out there. Great. Moving forward, I would like to introduce to you our host for today's webinar. We have with us Alfia Banu, who is a senior university admissions expert at Galvanize. And a little bit about Alfia. She did her bachelor's in commerce from Madras University, and she has more than 5 years of experience in the field of abroad education for counseling and visa services. And she's counseled more than 850 plus students and achieved their dream universities out there. She's well-versed and dedicated in the field of overseas education for countries like UK, USA, Germany, and Canada. And we're very proud and happy to have Alfia with us. And she's going to be your go-to-go person for today's webinar. So without any further delay, I would request Alfia to start with the session.
Thank you so much, Ramya. So hope my voice is audible and clear.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I would like to welcome you all to this UK webinar, and would also like to thank you so much to join this meeting, especially on a Saturday morning. So without delaying, let us get started. So it's really quite exciting when you plan to study abroad, especially to a new destination. So once you decide, you also need to keep few things in mind before you choose the right destination for yourself. So things that you need to consider before you choose a destination for yourself is that whether the degree that you're going to pursue, is it globally recognized? Is the academic quality going to be really up to the mark? Is it going to be affordable? The opportunities that you will be getting post completion of your education, is it going to be the best return on investment? And most important, is it going to be a better place in terms of a foreign country for our students? So these are few factors that actually you need to consider before getting started to do your research. So let me share my screen. So hope my screen has been visible.
Yeah, it's starting. So I think we can wait for a second.
Sure. Yeah.
The screen is visible, Alfia, and it would be great if you can go to the slideshow part.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So hope it's clear now.
Yes, absolutely. We can go.
Right. Okay, great. So okay. The UK is made up of Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and England. So UK is basically an island nation in the northwestern Europe. And so quick facts about the UK. So the UK has a very beautiful countryside with busy cities and vast and enriching culture. So a student can find 100 sites that is going to capture his attention. And UK is the home to many international students coming across the world, in terms of studying abroad or career growth opportunities and so on. So over 450,000 students come to the UK every year, out of which close to 50 to 60,000 students are mainly from India. So this makes, UK a unique mix of cultures, food, and interests. So you can not only, meet students from different parts of the world, but you can also get to experience cultural diversity. So the temperature in the UK is quite temperate. So close to 15 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius will be the climate that you can experience at UK. So usually UK has experienced even warmer conditions during the past few summers. So major tourist attractions in the UK, as you can see on the slide, the London River Cruise, the Big Ben Clock, the London Bridge, and also most importantly, the British Library, which is also the national library of the UK and the largest library in the world. And you will be amazed to know a few facts like UK has the highest number of Indian residents, ranging to 1.4 million residents. And also, there is also a town in England named Southall, which is popularly known as Little India, just because it has 40% of Indian population. And I hope you know this fact that the national, dish of UK is butter chicken. So I hope you know this fact. And the capital of the UK is London, and the populous cities, you should have definitely heard about these cities in your life: Manchester, Sheffield, Cardiff, Birmingham, Edinburgh, and so on. So it typically takes 9 hours by flight to travel to the UK. The currency that they use is the pound sterling. So £1 is equal to 106 INR in today's value. So moving on to the next slide, why UK? So this is a major question that you need to ask for yourself and do a research on this, that why should you choose, or why should one choose UK as their study abroad destination? So UK is the home to some of the oldest and the best universities across the globe. And the student life in the UK is hugely inspiring and enjoyable. The diverse background in the UK helps you, gain knowledge and makes it quick to adapt to the new culture. So as you know, UK offers world-class education and academic excellence. You have numerous options of specializations to study. So it has specializations to each student. It caters to the need of each student. So I will be coming to this and the courses in my upcoming slides. Most important, when you choose a country, most of the students also think in terms of affordability. Is it really going to be affordable for us? Yes, UK is absolutely going to be affordable, because the cost of education will be close to 13 to 26 lakhs, minimum of 13 lakhs to maximum of 30 lakhs in terms of your education. And adding on to the advantages, shorter duration of courses. So when you plan to pursue your masters in countries like US or Canada, mostly the masters is for 2 years. So in the UK, one great advantage is that you get to complete your masters within 1 year. And there are universities that even offer you 1-year program plus a year of placement and internship. And Ph.D. usually goes up to 3 to 4 years. And also, UK is the second preferred destination after the US. As well as, according to the QS World Ranking, UK has the top 50 globally ranked universities. So on the slide, you can see that University of Cambridge ranks number 2 in the QS World Rankings. University of Oxford ranks number 4, and ICL, that is Imperial College London, ranks number 6. So adding on to the benefits, you can work while you study. So you can work part-time for 20 hours during the study time, and you can work full-time, that is 40 hours per week during your holidays. Now, there is one more good news about UK part-time job opportunities, is that you can also work on campus as well as off campus. In countries like US, you cannot work off campus. It is supposed to be an illegal act. But in countries like UK, you can work on campus as well as off campus. So that again adds to the benefits. So health benefits. So in the UK, you will be able to access free medical treatment while you study by paying a small international health surcharge during your visa. So that visa process I will be covering when I come to the final slides. So the crux is that you can avail free medical treatment while you are studying. So scholarships and bursaries. I know this is one great question. In fact, a very curious question my students usually ask us that, ma'am, will we get a scholarship? Will we be eligible for a scholarship? So in the UK, the universities give automated scholarship to students based from 10% to 70. So 10 to 70% of the scholarship is allotted for students based on the merit of the student. Now, if you ask me what is the difference between a scholarship and a bursary, scholarship is usually a merit-based one, and bursary is usually a need-based one. So in the UK, you don't have to worry about the scholarship because mostly you will be eligible for a scholarship. And the other benefit is the professional opportunities. So people will be definitely wondering, and probably this is the main reason why you go out to a country, to pursue a study. Is because you also, tend to get the advantage of international exposure in terms of professional opportunities. So usually, the master courses that you have, as I said in my earlier slides, also are availed with a placement year and an internship year. Now, mostly these placements and internships are usually paid, so you can get that advantage as well. So this is the salary thing on for a software engineer, which can range close to £31,000 to £76,000. For a data analyst, mostly it will range from £24,000 to £49,000. And for an operations manager, this average salary can start from £28,000 to £66,000. And same follows for the software developer. So moving on to the next slide, post-study work visa rights. I know that this is again a very great advantage that you get to stay there for 2 years upon completion of your master's. The Tier 4 visa or the student visa in the UK, the Tier 4 is called the student visa. It is named as Tier 4 in the UK terms. So that the Tier 4 visa allows you to stay for 2 years in the UK post completion of your program. So the popular employers and their average salary, as you can see on the slide, as Barclays Bank, Ernst & Young, Goldman and Sachs, British Airways, BBC, you could see that the average salary starting itself will be close to £39,000 to max £66,000. So that is again a great news for students in thinking in terms of professional opportunities upon completion of your course. So Russell Group universities. Now, Russell Group universities are 24 highly ranked public research universities in the UK. These are self-formed universities which were formed back in 1994. So these universities are especially known for their academic excellence and outstanding research opportunities. So these are also known as British Ivy League. So I don't know how many of you all know that in the US, you have a set of Ivy League universities. So in the US, in the UK, Russell Group universities are termed as the British Ivy League universities. So why should one study in this, these Russell Group universities? So you get world-class education, innovative teaching methods, access to latest technology, because there are mostly research-based universities. You have excellent career opportunities because of the enormous networking, that the university has. So as an international student, you need to know that having a great network is only going to be the key for your success. So these are the Russell Group universities. So I'm sure in your life, definitely you would have heard University of Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial College London. So all these universities come under the Russell Group universities. So to name a few, top ones, University of Oxford, Cambridge, UCL, University College London, University of Warwick, University of Edinburgh, King's College London, all these, universities you should have seen in movies where, these stars usually study in these universities. So these are the top universities in the UK. So there are the types of postgraduate degrees in the UK. So there are mainly two types of postgraduate degrees in the UK. So one is the taught masters. Now taught masters, usually you can complete the duration of 1 to 2 years, mostly 1 year if it is not going to be a placement or a internship supported one. So they include Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Business Administration, Masters of Engineering. One great news is that you can also complete your MBA in 1 year. Mostly other destinations cannot offer you MBA to be completed in 1 year. But here in the UK, you have a great advantage that you can complete your degree in even 1 year. And some interesting fact about MBA is that mostly in other countries, you need to have an experience to get into an MBA. But UK universities, there are a set of universities that offer you MBA even without an experience. But there are universities in the MBA which also require an experience. So you have two conditions. Either you have universities that accept MBA without an work experience, plus you do have universities with which requires an experience during your MBA. So, and as well as Masters of Engineering. So second category will be the research masters. So usually research masters can be categorized between a PhD degree and other research degrees. So for a PhD degree, it is usually supervised by an academic professor, can take up to 3 to 4 years to complete. And it consists of writing a thesis. So other research degrees similar to PhD, but academically may not demand a research paper or a thesis, might or might not demand. So depending upon the course that you're going to take. So which include Masters of Science, Masters of Philosophy, and Masters of Research. So these are the top STEM universities and courses in the UK. STEM in sense, science, technology, engineering, and management. So the top universities include University of Cambridge, Oxford, Imperial College London, Warwick, Edinburgh. Now these, if you could see the courses, all these courses come under the STEM support program. So you can see civil to computer science, to psychology, to chemistry, to mechanical, to electrical. So the good news is that all of these courses have different kind of specializations. So it has, it has a course for every student. So these are the top engineering universities in the UK and their popular courses. So for supposing the University of Manchester offers the best computer science, computer systems engineering, civil engineering, plus the chemical engineering with energy and environment degree. So similarly, Imperial College London offers the best aerospace engineering, civil engineering, chemical engineering, and mechanical engineering. So these, if you want, you can just look it once, and maybe if you want to take a screenshot, maybe you can take it. So these will be the top universities offering the best and the popular courses. Like if you see University of Warwick offering you computer science, electronics engineering, automotive engineering. I know many students are also looking to automotive, mechatronics. Okay, and University of Edinburgh, if you could see, there is a course structural and fire safety, electronics and computer engineering, chemical engineering. So it has caters to need of every student. So these are the top masters, general masters programs, including masters in management, MIM, masters in finance, masters in business administration or MBA. So these are the top universities. Supposing London Business School. London Business School is common for both MIM and MBA. Masters in finance, London School of Economics and Political Science. University of Bath offering you the best masters in management, and so on. So if you could just look at, if you want, you can also take a screenshot of this picture. So moving on to the next slide. Okay. So
yes, yeah, we are the time for the second poll that we would like to quickly run right now. And here we would like to understand, how would you like to prepare for some of these standardized tests like GRE, TOEFL, and IELTS? Okay, so we see most of them are looking at online preparations with a personalized study plan, a little bit on live classes, and some of you are looking at the self-preparation part. Okay. Great. I think by this we have got an idea, so we can end the poll now. Great. Thank you so much. So I see most of them are looking for an online course with a structured, personalized plan. That's really amazing. So yeah, I think we can now continue.
Thanks, Ramu. So moving on to our next slide. Okay, so the intakes in the UK. So UK basically has two major intakes, the fall or the September intake, spring or the January intake. So these are the typical timelines for the various category of students. For example, if you are into the final year, or if you're a working professional who is targeting the fall or September intake, you can enroll as early as January to March for the admission counseling process. Start preparing for the IELTS or TOEFL. Work on documents such as SOP, LOR, resume. Now the SOP or the statement of purpose. These documents are actually going to play a vital role in your resume, in your profile. So an SOP has to be a very strong one. You need to do adequate, spend time on the SOP, LOR, and resume. These are the only, documents that are going to portray you as a person. So you need to be, concentrating very much on these documents such as SOP, LOR, and resume. So and then start working on the application. Now, detailed, information on the application process, I will be explaining you in the upcoming slides. This is just for you to have an idea on when to start and how to start. So this will be the timeline. Supposing from January to March, you can start, enrolling for yourself and start taking your IELTS and TOEFL. And so if you are a student in the second year or third year, it is the great time now for you to, start preparing for your profile, start preparing to build your profile, is because you will know where to start, what to do, and how to do. Okay, you will have ample time to, plan out and mold your profile as per your need. So usually in students from, this category, second or third year, you can, focus on your profile building and, opt for relevant internships, projects. If you're a research oriented, profile, you can concentrate more on research papers. Okay, you can try working on relevant projects. You can do online certification in the related area of your interest under Coursera or Udemy. So this will be the typical time schedule for the September intake. So you can start up your IELTS coaching by the month of April and May, and typically give your exam by May and get your results by end of May. And the applications, again, the applications, I will come to it in the upcoming slides, because there's a lot to say about the applications. So you can start your application by the month of April to July, and you can expect your offer letters by May, June, or July. Okay, and prepare and apply for the visa by July, August, and fly to the UK in the month of September. So this is the time schedule for the January intake. So January intake, you can start your IELTS coaching by June or July and give your test by July and get your results by the end or mid of July. And then applications, you can start by July to November, and offer letters you can get by August or November. And then prepare for the visa in the month of November, December, and fly to the UK by January, because usually the course starts usually in the month of January, and for the September, it starts in the month of September. So at least 15 days prior, you need to reach your destination. So English proficiency. So in the UK, in general, the as per the UK VI, okay, United Kingdom Visas and Immigration requires a CEFR, that is Common European Framework for Reference Languages. So they require a level B2, which you can see over here on your screen in the CEFR level. B2 denotes 5.5 to 6.5. So this will be the usual requirement for a student. But most of the universities require a 6.5 to 7 overall, with not less than 6 in each subsection. Now, if you're targeting top ranked universities, to be honest, they require 7 in terms of an IELTS, and they usually accept IELTS, PT, and TOEFL. So for you to get into a top university, you need to at least have a 7 overall and not less than 6 in each subsection. And if it's going to be TOEFL, at least you need to have 100 to 98 to 97 and not less than 22 in each subsection. Whereas medium ranked to low ranked universities might also accept 6.5 or a 90 in TOEFL with not less than 20 in each subsection. So PT is also equally accepted. You can also aim for 67 to 70 in your PT. So moving on to our next slide, these will be the postgraduate or the master's entry requirements according to the Indian equivalence. So the grades in the UK are denoted as 2:1 and 2:2 in a form of a ratio. So usually what happens, a 2:1, if you will check the entry requirements in any university, they will ask for an honors degree with a 2:1 ratio. But we do not know as a person out of UK that what a 2:1 denotes. So 2:1, according to the Indian equivalence, specifies that you need to have 60 to 65% in your degree, and a 2:2 ratio denotes that you need to have 55 to 60% in your degree. So the entry requirements might actually change from course to course and university to university. For example, if you're targeting the highly ranked universities, you might even have to take a 60 to 70%. In fact, more than 70% if you are going to look into universities that are really top ranked, because the competition level for those universities is actually going to be high. And middle ranked universities might require 55 to 65% in bachelor's, and low ranked universities might require as low as 50 to 55% in a bachelor's. So moving on to the next slide, application details. Now, coming to the application details, UK has a very simple application process. In fact, most of the universities might not even have an application fee, provided few universities do have an application fee. So the ideal time to apply to university is as early as possible. Now, the application deadlines in the UK are mostly rolling in sense very few top universities might be adhere to application deadlines. Now, why we emphasize students to apply as early as possible is because to mitigate the competition. The earlier you apply, the earlier you get your priority in terms of scholarship or in terms of your seat or whatever it is. The time you apply has to be early. Early application will be the key to success. This should be, you should always keep this in your mind to apply as early as possible. See, rolling application means that you can apply all throughout the year. Okay, the university who say that they have a rolling application deadline can accept applications even a month before the course could start, even later than that. Okay. But if you are going to apply later than that, obviously your chances of getting into the university might keep on decreasing because the level of competition will be increasing as time passes. So typically for students who would like to, get into for the September intake, can be applied, the application can be done before August. But as a counselor, I would like to suggest students to do the application even much ahead of this time. So the application process, goes like you need to finalize a university selection with Galvanize. Now, as you know, Galvanize helps you with various, services such as university shortlisting as well. So once the shortlist has been given, after the student sometimes finds it very difficult to finalize his list of universities. So here the dedicated counselors at Galvanize help the student to understand what will be their need, and according to their profile, they can also help you finalize the best universities for you and where you have a better chance to get into. So you can do the applications once it is finalized by you and your Galvanize counselor. You can probably start doing the application through the official website, and you can, get ready with the documents that I will be explaining in my next slide. Get ready with the documents and then wait for the reply from the universities. Now, the turnaround period can be as early as 1 week to 3 months, depending upon the university and depending upon the level of application, volume of application that a university receives. So that is the reason why we always suggest students to do the application as early as possible. And then these will be the documents for your application. So you'll need a copy of passport, your academic transcripts, your certification of graduation, and your certificate of English proficiency, either IELTS or TOEFL or Ph.D, depending upon the university's requirement. Now, there is one more, terms and condition I can say, that you can still do the application without an IELTS and TOEFL for the UK. Yes, you can do the application without the IELTS or TOEFL when you do the application, but you will be only receiving a conditional offer letter upon you do that, application without the IELTS. Upon submitting your IELTS or TOEFL, you will be able to get the unconditional offer letter. But one more thing I would like to emphasize here is when you compare students who do the application with the IELTS and versus students doing the application without the IELTS, 100% students doing the application with the IELTS really come up the higher note. So they are given a bit of priority. So I will always suggest students to, do the application with your IELTS and TOEFL. And next part will be the statement of purpose. So statement of purpose or the SOP has to be a genuine and authentic one. You cannot copy from, somewhere, because all these SOPs go under the plagiarism test. So it has to be unique. It has to be about you. So that has to be genuine, and you have to do enough research. So statement of purpose usually, can also be in different names like letter of motivation, or, a personal statement or a diversity statement, can be anything, any form. So you need to understand what a statement of purpose actually requires based on the name of the, statement of purpose. So most of the universities can generally give you that the, word limit should be 1,000 to 800 words or 500 words. So depends from university to university. So statement of purpose is again again going to change from each university to university or course by course. So that is again one great, point where you need to work very hard in order to frame a very strong statement of purpose. Why we emphasize too much on the statement of purpose is because that is what is going to give information about you as a person. And then letters of recommendation. Letters of recommendation, you might require 2 or 3 letters of recommendation, okay? And your CV or your resume and GRE. So GRE usually in the UK is not required except for very few courses where you might require a GRE. And if you have a GRE, well and good, it is actually going to strengthen your profile. And ATIS certificate. Now, what is an ATIS certificate? ATIS means Academic Technology Approval Scheme. Now, you will need an ATIS certificate if your course or your university requires, and if mostly your course is going to be a sensitive or a technology-related course, for example, Masters in Nuclear Energy or Masters in Nanosciences, these courses might require an ATIS certificate. Now, an ATIS can typically take up to 30 working days to 6 weeks to be issued. Now you can do this ATIS certificate online. You can also apply for this online. It is free of cost and there is no charge. That is, it's free of cost, and you do not have to pay anything for this ATIS certificate. And ATIS is a very important document in order to get your visa clearance. So your counselors will be able to tell you which courses will require an ATIS certificate because they know the ins and outs of each course and university where what will be required. So coming to the cost and finance. So this is again a very, very important and point to be added in your mind when you think of studying abroad. Affordability. So cost in the UK, as I said, is quite affordable. So the tuition fee can be as low as 14,000 pounds to as high as 16 to 17,000 pounds, depending upon the university that you're going to apply. So this is the average or the approximate value that usually students the universities have. So tuition fee can be close to 14,000 pounds. Living cost can be close to 9,600 pounds living cost, and the visa fee will be 363 pounds. So that will be close to 38,000 rupees plus the NHS. As I highlighted in my initial profile, initial slides, where you have to pay a NHS or a medical insurance. So that is called National Health Surcharge. So this will cost you 705 pounds. That will be close to 75,000. So you need to pay this in order to secure the medical treatment over there, and this is going to be mandatory. You cannot skip this. This is a part of the visa services. So you have to pay the visa fee along with the NHS or the National Health Surcharge of 75,000 for 1 year. This is going to cover your expenses for 1 year. In case you will be staying there for 2 more years, again you need to pay this NHS for the 2 more years. Okay, so this is going to be mandatory. So totally, if you can see, it can be ranging to 24,000 pounds to 25,000 pounds, ranging to INR 26 to 30 lakhs. You can complete your education. So that is actually an affordable cost in today's, when you compare this with other countries, it is absolutely going to be worth the value and a great return on investment. So moving on to the next slide. The scholarships. So scholarships, usually students, again, I said, this is really a hot topic for students because they are really looking for good scholarships, especially the meritorious student. So besides the scholarship that the university is going to offer, you can also apply for these, scholarships by your own self. So for example, the Chevening scholarships, the Commonwealth scholarship, the Erasmus Mundus, the Global Studies Awards. So before you apply for these scholarships, you need to check for the eligibility criteria because, you need to first identify which scholarship will be the right one for you. So here again, Galvanize counselors will be able to assist you in these kind of research activities as well. So the visa process. So the visa process is again not going to be too complex. It's actually going to be quite simple. So you need to, once you apply to the university, once you get the offer letter from various universities, here again, Galvanize counselors will be able to help you, as in which university you should go to, which will be the right one for you in terms of internships, part-time opportunities, in terms of best return on investment, or the one that is going to really, suitable for your profile. So again, Galvanize counselor will help you with finalizing the best university for you. So once you finalize your best university for yourself, you will be paying the deposit for that university and accepting the offer. Okay, so once you accept the offer and pay the deposit, you will get a CAS letter. That means CAS letter means confirmation of acceptance of studies. Now, this CAS letter, with the CAS letter only, you can kickstart your visa services. So once you get the CAS letter, you can apply for the visa. You have to apply for the tier 4 visa, and the visa application fee will be £363, ranging to 38,000 INR, and submit your CAS letter, which you received from the university, and then submit your financial documents in form of bank statement with your 1-year tuition fee and living expenses. One more very important thing when you do your visa process is that you need to maintain £25,000 in your account for 28 days. And this amount should not be used in form of any transaction for that 28 days. Once you complete the 28 days tenure, then you can apply for the visa. So this is, again, one very important thing that you need to keep in mind. So Galvanize has a separate, dedicated visa team, plus the counselors help when you do the visa process. So simple steps for the visa: you need to do the application online, fill the details, make the payment for visa and the NHS, and then select the date for your appointment, and then you need to submit your application over there in the nearby VFS center. Your photos will be taken and you will be fingerprinted. So that's how simple it is. Okay, now coming to the end, I would also like to tell you or discuss with you the PR opportunities that the UK offers. I know that most of the students might have plans to settle down in a particular destination. Every student is different. Few students would like to stay there, study there, gain some expertise, and come back to India. Some students might think of migrating to that country after they feel that this is going to be really beneficial for them, or surviving over there is really going to be good for them. So for them, it's really a good news that UK is actually a PR friendly country where after you complete your masters, you get to work there on your work permit for 5 years. After completion of 5 years, because you can't get a PR directly after you complete your masters, you need to work there for 5 years. Once you complete your 5-year tenure, you can apply for the PR, provided it is quite easy to get the PR, provided you follow the criteria very carefully. So that is, again, a very important task. So it is going to be actually PR friendly. So ones who are planning to settle down in UK, it is actually going to be a bit easier for you. So yes, coming to the next slide, Galvanize is a one-stop solution for all your requirements. Like, we start the process with an onboarding profile evaluation call. So the profile evaluation call, once you register with us, once you are on board with us, the first step that happens is that we start with the profile evaluation call. The counselors carefully analyze and evaluate the profile, according to which we will be issuing the university shortlisting. So university shortlisting, usually, we categorize in 3, categories, namely ambitious, practical, and safe. So we will be giving you the list of universities in terms of ambitious or dream universities, practical to safe universities, which are very, very achievable. So university shortlisting will be curated in terms of the profile. So it is totally based upon the profile, student's profile. And third part will be the documentation. Now, the documentation includes your SOP, LOR, and resume. So I will be showing how we will be helping you with this in my upcoming slides, where I will be taking you through our Galvanize portal, how we help students to, how we make their lives much more easier is what I will, tell. So, you need to give your initial inputs for your SOP, LOR, and resume. So based on your inputs, for an individual student, an individual editor will be assigned, so that the student gets an individual attention. So that is what we believe, that every student should be given individual attention in terms of their editorial work, because every student's profile is going to be unique. Their expectations are really going to be unique. And then coming to the documentation. University finalization, as I said, the counselors at Galvanize will help you with the university finalization. They will help you for the list of documents you require for the application process. They will help you with the interview, for the visa, for everything. So it's kind of end-to-end solution that Galvanize will be helping you. So apart from the visa, until the university that you got a visa, you got your admit letter, everything is fine. So after that, we will also help you with the financing in terms of loan guidance. And I will also show you how you can avail that in my upcoming slides. And then the most important, pre-departure. So pre-departure services such as travel, air ticketing, your Forex, your bank account, your food, medicines, insurance. So all the informations will be provided by us. So coming to the end, I would also like to take a tour of our application or the portal, that Galvanize portal that we have. So these are the students that we've catered in the so this will be the profile of a student. So once you get on board with us, we will be asking you to fill a profile evaluation form, wherein we will get to know about the student much more ahead than the counselor connects with the student. She will be able to first analyze with what the student is all about, what the student is looking for. You will be availed with two choices, destination 1 and destination 2. So you can choose 2 destinations at once. As you can see over here, the student is targeting the fall 2024, and this is how we are going to help you with the essays or the SOP LOR resume. So this is the section where in the portal we will be helping you with the resume, where you need to just go to the document over here, which is in the blue, and click and give your inputs quickly over there. And again, here for the statement of purpose, followed by the letters of recommendation. So we will be able to help you with 3 letters of recommendation. So LOR1, LOR2, and LOR3. Usually the requirement for each university will be 2 to 3 LORs depending upon the university. So you can quickly give your inputs over here, and a dedicated editor will be assigned to you, and they will be taking care about your documents such as SOP and LOR. So you will also be given iterations, and you will also be able to chat with them, and you will be also be able to tell them what is your personal requirements. And coming back to the university shortlisting. So university shortlisting, you can find it in the applications section in the portal, where we will be giving you the list of universities based on the category, as I told you, ambitious, practical, or safe for the student. So next comes the financing. So financing, again, we have the financial form over here. So once you fill in this financial form, the Galvanize financial team, finance team will get in touch with you and will be explaining about your finance needs. So this is how we help in terms of the portal, which really makes the life easier of any student. You have 24 hours access to this portal, And coming back to the slide. So these are the, typical students that we have, helped students to, achieve their goals studying abroad. So if you could see here, we have Priyanka Goyal from West Bengal, and she has got into the prestigious Imperial College London for her advanced masters in material science and engineering. So if you could see her profile, she's done her bachelor's in chemical engineering from Birla Institute of Technology and Science, and her overall CGPA is 9.7 with a GRE score of 322 and a TOEFL score of 105. So if you could see, she has been an intern at CSIR, National Chemical Laboratory, Pune. She's done her internships. If you could see, she has 2 projects, okay, and in fact, she has 3 projects. So as I told, you have enough time now to work on your projects, internships, because to upscale your profile or build your profile stronger, you will definitely require the help of internships and better projects. So moving on to the next student, meet Rohit Bokam from Vizag. If you could see, he has a overall CGPA of 7.5 with the GRE score of 324 and IELTS score of 8. He has again got into the prestigious King's College London for his master's in financial mathematics. If you could closely analyze this profile, he has done his bachelor's in technology and chemical engineering, but he has got into financial mathematics. So one more good news I would like to give you now is that UK is again a country that is open to change in majors. Okay, so if you're looking in terms of changing your major, you need to just work on the prerequisites. For example, if the course is going to be your financial mathematics, he would have worked. He had also worked. If you could see the profile, he has worked as an intern in so many 3 organizations. Supposing he's worked at Wipro as a data science intern. He's worked at TechQuant Investment as a quantitative researcher. Okay, and provided he also has a GRE score. So for courses like financial mathematics, you will definitely need a GRE score. So these are the factors where you can try to add into your doing relevant internships or projects can get you to the major that you will be switching. So moving on to the next slide. So Saurabh Raj. Now, if you could see, he also has a 7.74 CGPA with a 318 GRE, and he is from IIT Jammu with a bachelor's in mechanical engineering. He got into the very good City University of London with a master's in AI. So if you could see, this is again a change in majors. From a mechanical background, going into artificial intelligence is again a very huge change of majors. So if you could see over here in the profile, you could see that the student has already done an internship with TrueMind Software Systems. He's also done a project based on AI, if you could see, that has actually helped him to get into the major that he wants. In fact, he's also worked with Accenture as a data engineer. So either you need a relevant work experience, or you need relevant courses on Udemy or Coursera, or either you need relevant internships and projects. Okay, because mostly the prerequisite courses that you require for an AI might not be available in mechanical engineering. So moving on to the next slide, we have Siddharth. If you could see, he is from IIT Dhanbad, and he has a CGPA of 7.63 with a GRE score of 336. And if you could see, he also got into the prestigious King's College London for his master's in theoretical physics. So if you could see, he also has 2 projects, in fact 3 projects, namely electrochemical sensors and the applications, and remote biomass logic, that yield forecasting with remote sensing. So he also has relevant internships and projects which has taken him to the great university. So the application selection process in any country abroad, be it any country, is actually going to be very holistic. You need to concentrate not only on your academics, they also look into you as a personality. So in case you are planning to build your profile, please also build in terms of extracurricular activities, such as if you're good at sports, you can add that in your resume. If you're good at cultural activities, at leadership activities, or sports activities, or any activities in that case, try to include all these aspects into your resume, so that this will boost your profile and make your resume much more stronger. So besides your academics, besides your GRE or your IELTS and your internships and projects, these extracurricular activities will definitely act as a booster to your profile. So moving on to the next profile, we have Swati, who's from Gaussian College of Engineering, and she has a bachelor's in engineering with electronics and communication. She has got into the Queen Mary University of London, which is, again, she's also done a switch in majors. She's got into the big data science from an ECE background. So if you could see over here, she has done relevant projects such as game control using the deep learning technology. She's also worked part-time for Rubik's data science consultant as a remote part-time employee. And also she's done 2 projects in AWS and also deep learning. Plus, she also has an internship at Apis Solutions as a machine learning engineer. So if you could see over here, nothing is really related to electronics and communication, but maximum things are related only to big data science or deep learning or machine learning. That has got her into this prestigious university. So Moving on to the next slide. Yes, so this is a student from SNS College of Technology, Coimbatore. He's done his bachelor's in mechatronics engineering and with a CGPA of 8.18 without an IELTS, but with an IELTS score of 6.5. So he's got into the Loughborough University and for the master's in automotive engineering. So here he's worked as an intern at Festo. He's also done few projects. He's also worked as an intern for 2 companies, and he's had 2 projects. So all these will take him to the, all these aspects, be it an internship or a projects in the relevant field that you're going to plan it in your higher education, will take you to great heights. So I think,
yes, yeah, I'll take. So now that we give a short break to Alfia for explaining us so many details, we would quickly like to run a third poll right now, and we would like to understand with respect to when are you planning to start with your applications process. We saw that a lot of universities, if you're targeting top universities, as Alfia rightly mentioned, that you need to be a little bit early applicant out there. So we would like to understand, how fast you would like to start with the process. Great. A couple of you are not decided yet. Okay. Somewhere between August, September, okay, July and October. So I get a mix, but most of them are looking at if I'm not wrong, at the fall intake. That's by August and September. And most of you are a little bit dicey as to not yet decided. No issues. And with that, we move to the next poll that we have. So, Alfia, can we move to the next slide? Or you can stop sharing. I will do mine.
Sure.
Yeah. So now we would like to run our fourth poll right now, which would be the last one. And here we would like to understand with respect to who do you intend to seek assistance in completing the admission process. So are you looking for your friends and families guidance or study abroad assistance, seniors from college? Great. This is really amazing to see that, most of you are looking at study abroad consultants, which is, I would say, a very good option. Great. Okay. Great. So by this, we have got a rough idea, and we are happy to see that a lot of you are looking at some, professional guidance, and we would be really glad to help you out there. And that is why I would like to quickly help you understand with respect to how Galvanize can actually help you in your preparations part as well. As I initially mentioned that, we do have free mobile applications with respect to your test preparations for GRE, SAT, and vocab. But in case you're looking at a little bit more additional guidance with respect to a personalized, course that would help you crack your GRE exam with amazing scores out there, then I would request you to take a look at the Galvanize courses that are there. And yes, of course, the admission counseling services at Galvanize. Moving forward, I would like to talk a little bit about what are the perks of being with Galvanize. And that comes along with amazing features that comes with the Galvanize courses. Number one is a personalized study plan for your test preparations, which will be completely online based on your level of preparation, your target score, and many more things that would be considered. Not only that, but yes, there would be an unlimited Ask an Expert option wherein you can get all your content-related doubts cleared out there. And not only that, you will be getting extensive practice questions. As they rightly say, practice makes a man perfect. And that's how we have been guiding our students to practice a lot of questions throughout their course, so that they are ready for any kind of question that comes up on day for your GRE, IELTS, or TOEFL exam out there. And not to forget, you will be having full-length GRE mock tests along with IELTS, TOEFL mock tests as well. And some of the benefits, I would say, is number one, and which is very important, I would say, is the updated test pattern with most affordable rate and easy way of learning with expert guidance out there. And that's how, you get a complete solution to all the test preparations that you're looking for. Now, this is something which I mentioned earlier, and I would like to freeze the screen here for a couple of minutes before we dive into the Q&A session. Now, why the profile evaluation is very, very important is because number one, it gives you a clarity as to who you are right now. Because when you start communicating with an expert, they trigger you a lot of questions, which brings in a lot of information about you. And that again helps you to understand what kind of universities you can target. And that's why we continuously tell our students that get your profile evaluated, understand where you stand today, and then move forward towards the step that you need to take for your higher education. And that's how, for today's attendees, we would like to give this as a free for their to start basically their higher education journey out there. So the link for this is already shared in the chat box. And I would like to freeze the screen for a couple of minutes here so that you can make a note of the link as well. That is gxprep.com/profile. And not only that, if you, as now you would have got an idea about UK, and as I saw on the poll as well, that a lot of you are looking for some guidance, and most of you are looking for educational consultants to help you for your preparations. I would truly suggest fill in the profile evaluation form, and we are also having amazing offer for students where you can avail
Hello. Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Hi, Ashok. Yes, you're audible.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Ashok. I'm from SRM College and currently in my third year of BE in EC department. I have a
Okay.
CGPA of 9 and I am planning to get into data science. So my
Okay.
question to you is, how can I build my profile to get into data science? Can you please assist me with the steps that I need to take to get into a top college for my master's?
Okay. Hi, Ashok, first and foremost. And Ashok, you are into your bachelor's in electronics and communication, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So this is also kind of a switch in major why you need to go to a certain different major. So here again, first thing that you need to know is that you need to be ready with a specified reason why would you like to change your major. What is the reason why there is a sudden change in major? Because you need to add this in your resume. And since you are going to planning to pursue your master's in data science, you should be in your third year. So this is actually the right time where you can plan out certain things. Like I would have showed you a few typical profiles where the student would have done few internships in data science or deep learning or machine learning or big data. So try to build your profile in such a way that you enroll yourself in internships and projects in the relevant field of data science. Plus, you need to get letters of recommendation under the projects that you have worked under a particular professor for the data science or big data related kind of your projects. So that again is going to add value to your profile. Plus, in the SOP, you need to be mentioning the right reason why would you like to change your major, and build up your profile. Deep learning, machine learning, and data science, intensive or inclined.
Thank you, ma'am. And I have few more questions also.
Yes, please.
My next question will be, as SOP is a very important aspect, as people say, may I know how can Galvanize team help me in making my SOP better for getting good
Okay.
admission?
Great. So see, as I showed the way how Galvanize works with framing your SOP, an individual, editor will be, assigned to you, where mostly, what happens, profile will be given to him, given to the editor, and you will have to give the inputs based. And why SOP? For a case like yours, where you're going to change your major, you need to be very clear in why you would like to, change your major, as in what is the right reason why you would like to do that. So your SOP is going to actually portray you, because you cannot go there and portray yourself, but your SOP is actually going to portray you. So with the right expertise of the editors at Galvanize, I'm pretty sure that you will definitely be able to get into a top university, provided every university has different kinds of SOP requirements. As I told, either can be a letter of motivation, or can be a personal statement, or a diversity statement. So we need to analyze first. Your counselor at the Galvanize will be able to tell you what will be the right SOP, and how to get the inputs for the SOP. So SOP definitely has to be a strong one for your case particularly.
Thank you, ma'am. Many of my doubts are cleared, and I
Okay.
have one more question to ask.
Yes, yes.
So I'm aspiring to get into top universities, but not much aware of other universities I can get into.
Okay.
Is it safe to apply to top universities alone, or there are chances of getting admits from top universities, or should I also look at other universities? If so, you can list a few, ma'am.
Sure. See, always when you do the applications, it is always not very advisable to apply only to the top ranked universities. Rather, you should have at least few practical to safe options. As the way Galvanize rightly works for the shortlist, we help you in terms of 3 categories: ambitious, practical, and safe, according to your profile. Because again, in your profile, we will also need to check whether what will be your IELTS or your TOEFL score, what will be the other aspects, like do you have the prerequisite courses for your program, and probably do you have the right internships and projects or relevant things that is going to add advantage to your profile. So all these things we need to consider before we choose the right university for yourself. So assuming that you have all these factors, we can tell you that maybe you can apply to universities like Sheffield or Manchester or Edinburgh as ambitious options, and Bristol or Glasgow as practical options, and University of Sussex as a safe option. So after analyzing your profile, after you can maybe fill in the profile evaluation form today for free, and you can get a free consultation with the Galvanize experts, so that you will come to know what type of a profile yours is, and what will be the tentative scores of your TOEFL or your IELTS, and what requirements you will need as an individual who is aspiring for a data science from ECE.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for the informative session. As I see Galvanize is helping in each step, I would like to know more and start with the process, ma'am.
Yes,
With
I
Galvanize.
think,
Can you
great,
please
very
tell me the
happy for that.
process to join and start with admissions, ma'am?
Great. So you can just fill in that profile form, and which is there on the chat box, I believe. So you can fill in that, and the Galvanize experts will get in touch with you and will arrange for a profile evaluation call with the experienced counselor. From there onwards, your journey will begin. So all the very best. Hoping you to join us very soon.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, if anyone have any other questions, you can drop in the chat box.
We still have a couple of minutes with us right now, and Alfia is also there to help us and guide us. So in case you have any questions with respect to, pursuing your higher education abroad, please do mention in the chat box, and we would be really glad to help you out there. And this is the profile link which we had shared earlier. And also, these are our contact details in case you would like to get in touch with us and, get more information about pursuing higher education abroad. That would be really great, and we would be really glad to help you out there. So do make a note of these details out there, the email IDs, phone and website, and please feel free to get in touch with us. And now, as we are open to Q&A session, last few minutes that we have, do mention in the chat box, and we'll be glad to help you out.
The first question is from Zafar. So he has asked whether we will be hosting a similar session in the US. So yes, we will be hosting a similar session in the upcoming weeks and months. So you can stay tuned with us, probably follow our updates. So we do have a US seminar in the upcoming days. And the second question is with Muhammad Gufran. So he has asked that what is the total fee of PhD in the UK and how much can we earn while pursuing PhD? Now, see, PhD in the UK can take up to 3 to 4 years. So PhD, Galvanize also helps you with PhD candidates. Now, PhD sometimes can be funded, fully funded, or not funded. Depends upon your profile. So I might not be very sure about what type of a profile you have. So based on that, you can fill in the. I would really request you to fill in the application. The profile evaluation form over here, so that we have our senior counselors. In fact, who can help you with the PhD at UK. So, if you can ask me how much you can earn while pursuing your PhD. So, PhD either you can work on campus or you can work off campus. So depends upon if you are a PhD pursuing student, you can also earn as a research assistant in the university over there if your profile is eligible for that. So we need enough details about the student and the profile so that we can analyze it properly and help you further. So you will definitely have great opportunities even on campus and off campus. Off campus, you will have opportunities like working at various stores and stuff. So, but on campus, you can definitely work as a research assistant or a teaching assistant in the university itself. So any other questions that I hope, okay, what kind of steps can be taken to shift from economics to management? See, economics to management, again, as I told, MIM. So economics and management are not very closely related, but most of the subjects can be, interrelated. So from an economics to management, I don't know, you belong, either you are from a working class or you are a student, I'm not sure about that. But in the UK, as I said, it is open to change in majors. You need to, for management, there are universities in the UK that even without experience in management, you can still get into the, management programs. So you can please fill in the profile form, because without having ample knowledge about the profile, it is really going to be difficult to tell about, how you can go. So it is really possible. You can, shift your major from economics to management. It is possible. Just you need to keep few things in mind and then apply for the university. So are there any questions?
I think we have answered almost all of them, but again, in case we have missed any, these are the contact details, and we
Yes.
would really request you to get in touch with us so that we can help you in a more personalized way. And also make use of the screen profile evaluation call as early as possible. Advantage one is it's free for students now. As you see, it's a part of the paid course. And second, you can start with the process as early as possible and avail, a discount up to 10,000 as well on our courses. So feel free to get in touch with us, and we will be really glad to help you out there. And by this, I would like to thank Alfia today for joining us and helping us understand, UK is again a better and a very good option. And there are a lot of universities out there and with great, opportunities and exposure out there. So thank you so much, Alfia, for joining us today. And a big thank you to students as well who have joined us today on a Saturday and, which means that you are really interested in UK, and we would be really glad to help you out there. So Alfia, would you like to say a few words for students?
Yes, I would also like to answer this question from Tehreen Fatima. So she has asked that what scores in the profile are needed for full ride scholarships in the UK, US, and Canada. See, as far as UK is concerned, as I told, the universities do offer you automated scholarships. Besides them, you can also apply to those other scholarships for which for every scholarship you have certain terms and conditions or eligibility criteria. So you need to get in get information on that before you do the application. And in terms of USA and Canada,
how many people?
Sorry for the disturbance.
Okay.
So,
Ph.D. 1,000
hello, Sahil. Sahil. Hello. Yeah, I'm so sorry for the disturbance.
Okay. I will continue. See, in case of USA and Canada, USA, you will only get merit-based scholarships in terms of university. I mean, if the university is going to offer you a scholarship, it is actually going to be only merit-based scholarship. And even in Canada, it's actually very difficult to get a scholarship in Canada, provided your counselor will be able to tell you the pros and cons about how to achieve a scholarship. Usually, scholarships are mostly based on the merit. You should have a very good profile with a very good CGPA or a GPA in your. There is no particular scores for a person to be eligible for a scholarship. It actually has to be a meritorious student with close to 9+ CGPA, so that it becomes very easy for you to apply for a scholarship. So it is actually going to be very competitive for a person to get a scholarship in countries like USA and Canada. But in countries like UK and UK, it's actually going to be easy for university-based scholarships. All right. So I hope, Terry, I would have attended to your query. For you to get in touch with further information, I would really request you to fill in the profile evaluation form. So that our counselors will get in touch with you and will be happy to help you.
So any other question that you would like to take, Alfia?
I think these are the only questions, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
So
yeah.
Thank you.
Last few words for students.
Yes.
Any advice?
So thanks. Thank you so much, first of all, for joining. And as in terms from, I represent Galvanize. So in terms of one-stop solution or where you want to get in, things that you would like to know about study abroad destination or, benefits of studying in each country, please do fill in the profile form and, get in touch with our experts. You will then identify, what you've been missing these days. So we have one more question here. Is the CGPA, I have a CGPA of about 8.5, would it work for getting a scholarship? So Sakshi, thank you for the question. So see, Sakshi, you have a very good CGPA, no doubt, but this is in terms of UK or US, or which country are you in particularly asking for? So if it is going to be an 8.5 CGPA and you're planning to apply for the UK, obviously it is a very good, CGPA to get at least 60 to 70% of a scholarship amount, or 50 to 40% depending upon the other factors in your profile. So for UK, it is an ideal CGPA. For countries like US, if you see, getting a scholarship with 8.5 can be a bit, depends upon the university that you're going to apply, and depends upon the amount of competition that will be applying with you in order to avail a scholarship. So in the UK, it's actually going to be a very good score to get a university automated scholarship. So do we have any other questions from any other students? Is there any other questions that you would like to write in the chat box? Okay, so fine. So thanks one and all, and please do use this profile evaluation once again, to understand, and you really need some experienced consultants for you to help you out with the process, to do adequate research. I know it's at times it's quite exhausting, to do the research by yourself, or to get help from people who are really inexperienced. So I would be happy here at Galvanize. We are very happy to help you, and we look forward for you to join us and fulfill your study abroad dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Alfia. And once again, thank you everyone for joining us today's session. We hope this session was quite informative, and we will be coming up with more such webinars for you out there.